Good morning. Here's my outfit today. I am wearing some jeans from Old Navy, and I'm actually wearing this top that is years old, and this is probably the second time I've worn it because I forgot about it. This is from New York & Company, I believe. These tan sandals that I wear all the time, and then I am wearing this two-tone Michael Kors watch that I have, my necklace with G on it for Genesis that is from Nordstrom. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.
Hey everyone, it has been a very, very long time before I sat down and checked in. I actually have vlogged for the past 2 weeks. I vlogged most of last week and I vlogged the week before that. And then when it came time to edit each of those, I just didn't have either the time or the energy, if I was to be quite honest. So my apologies that it's been a couple weeks since I've uploaded a vlog. If I were to rehash the past couple of weeks, I would say that they have been quite eventful in good ways in some, and then not so good in others, and not so good only because it was a lot of high pressure. So the biggest thing that I had to take care of over the past couple of weeks is that I was asked, I think I have said this in an old vlog, I was voluntold to put together a portion of our board presentation, and that was last Thursday on April the 12th. So that was really what I was working on and making sure I got it put together, and that it ended up being something that my principal was happy with. So basically what I was in charge of is I made a slideshow that kind of captured little parts of the school year, and then one of our board members wrote this really cute poem, I guess you would call it, for our school, and she, I don't want to say read it, she like performed it at our dedication, and everybody really enjoyed it. It had like this Dr. Seuss feel to it, and it was super cute. So initially what we wanted was to have a video clip of her in our presentation reading that poem, but the footage that we had wasn't the best quality. So I asked the principal, or told the principal, it might be an even better idea to break up that poem into smaller parts and have different kids around campus say it, and then I can edit it together. So one Friday, I think it wasn't the Friday after back to school night, one Friday a couple weeks ago, thanks to the fact that I have a student teacher, Missy held down the fort, and then I went around campus all day and I recorded the lines that I had assigned to each class. I went around and recorded all of that, and I was on a very tight schedule. I gave myself 5 minutes to get to each class, and I was able to do it and did it ahead of schedule. And then after it was recorded, I spent quite a bit of time editing it all together. And it came out pretty good. I mean, I think from my perspective, it could have been a little bit better in terms of like the smoothness of the edit or the cleanliness of the edit. But the principal was very happy with it. The board seemed to like it. The woman who originally wrote the poem was touched to the point where she shed a tear or two. So that was nice. Not nice to see someone cry, but just nice to know that she liked it enough to have a reaction to it. So that was really what I was spending my time doing when I would have normally been editing the vlogs for you guys. Like I really had to prioritize and get that stuff done. And on top of that, I had progress reports that were due in the middle of that. I had some trainings. I think I had 1 day of training that I had to go to, and just been busy working with Missy and getting things together to make sure she feels supported and making sure that I'm like serving her well. So that's what's been happening. Right now we are in full test prep mode. Some of the things that I talked about in the vlogs that you guys will never see is that I bought this great product off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and I think the store name is Not So Wimpy Teacher, and I got this idea from my friend who teaches at my old school, and she bought this product and she told me about it. So instead of calling it test prep, we've been referring to this whole process of getting ready for the test as spring training. So each day, well, I haven't done one a day, but there's 6 different playbook goals that we have been talking about. We've done 3 out of the 6. And so here's 3 of them. So each day we have these playbook items that I call them. So the first one we talked about was eating a healthy breakfast. The second playbook item was getting plenty of rest. And the third one that we went over today was reading all of the directions. So what we do is we talk about why doing those particular things would be important to testing. And then the kids take a moment to discuss either what they'll do to follow that playbook item or why it's important. And then I have a couple volunteers come up and share, and then they put it in their little playbooks, which look like this. This also came with the package. So for example, my little friend Suzette, I know I can say her name because her mom has told me so. So for the I will get plenty of rest, she wrote, I will get up at 8 or go to bed at 8:30 p.m. and wake up at 7 a.m. So now I have plenty of rest for game day. And she's gonna choose her clothes the night before so that, you know, she's not rushing around in the morning. So they write a little bit of something for each item with these little pages that also came with the pack. And so far it's been cute. So they've done that, and then on top of that there's a couple of other little activities. So they have their playbook, then they come up with a spring training goal. They just finished these up today. So they pick one goal, academic, that they really want to focus on as they get ready for these tests. And I'm going to back up so that I'm not showing names. So they each have their little spring training goal with their baseball player on it. And then today they came up with a game day promise. So I said, think of one thing that you think you need to promise yourself in order to help you to be successful. So I gave them an example of what I might have said if I were in 3rd grade. And I said, I was not very good at math. And I know that when I was getting ready to take a math test, I would get myself really worked up. So my game day promise might be, I'm going to work to stay calm while I'm taking the test. So I told them, pick one thing that you think you need to work on. Some of them wanted to use one of the playbook items that we discussed, and I said that was fine. And then they wrote it on this little baseball, and then we glued them into these catcher's mitts. So I think it came out really cute. I think it'll be nice and festive to have that up while they're going through testing. And then tomorrow we will do another playbook item and continue to talk about it. So my plan is that this Friday, I was gonna give them donuts the first morning of the test, because the whole cute thing about donut stress about the test. And then I realized, well, that contradicts my eating the healthy breakfast, so I didn't want to do that. So I'm gonna give it to them on Friday, just to kind of get them like excited and send them off into the weekend, and with the message of, we don't want you to stress, we want you to try your best, but we definitely don't want you to be stressed out about it. So I'm gonna provide donuts, I believe. We're going to, I found a kid president video that I think I'm gonna show, and some other relaxing videos. And there's something else I wanted to do. And I'm gonna start off by reading, let me find it. One second. I'm gonna read this book on Friday. I saw this one on Instagram. I'm not sure who I saw it from, but it's called The Anti-Test Anxiety Society, written by Julia Cooke. And I believe this author writes quite a few books that are pretty specific to school life. So I'm gonna read this on Friday, and then next week my read alouds will be picture books that I think focus on some of the ideas in growth mindset. So that is my plan. So I have parents donating other things like candy, so I can give them little treats, little candy treats with those cute little sayings every day. And then at the end of all of this, my goal is to have this little game day party where they'll have hot dogs, chips, and something to drink, and then organize a baseball game using either a wiffle ball set or playing tennis baseball, since we're not allowed to play softball in the district. And just kind of go from there. I was talking to Missy after school, and we're trying to find just kind of more relaxing activities for them to work on after testing, because we know for some of them it's a high stress time. And then right now, in terms of prepping, we're doing a lot of review. I'm teaching, we're on chapter 10 in Go Math. We're gonna test this week, and that is on measurement of time, liquid volume, and inches, I believe. And what I've been doing is, as morning work while we were going through chapter 10, I've been giving them exposure to geometry lessons as morning work. So they've at least heard what lines and rays and quadrilaterals are, so they have at least some familiarity. And then once we finish testing with chapter 10, I'm going to start chapter 11, but I'm going to be teaching chapter 11 out of order because I really need to hit area and perimeter hard, and those are kind of in the middle of chapter 11. All that to say, I'm trying the best that I can to get as much information to them before they have to take these tests. So that has been what's going on with me over the past couple of weeks. I'm getting close to the point where we have officially 30 calendar days before summer starts. The other thing that's been kind of stressful is I lost my iPad. I believe that I put it on top of my car one morning, forgot about it, and then left and drove off, and the iPad flew off the car, because at this point, if that didn't happen, I have no idea where it is. It's nowhere to be found in my car, nor my classroom, nor my house. So that's where I'm at on April 16th, 2018. So I'm gonna, oh, and on top of all of that, my life has been a little bit stressful because I'm not 100% sure where I will be next year. I have recently discovered a couple of opportunities that I am trying to pursue if they are available to me, one of which, or two, both of which would require me to transfer to another school site. One school site has an administrator that I would love to work for because I know that I would learn a lot from him, and he just recently returned to a school site setting. And then the other option is checking to see if there's a spot open at the middle school level. And if neither one of those work out, I will still be here. But if one of those do work out and the situation is right and things work out, then I might be headed off to another location. One of those locations is where your friend and my friend Liza Chu is at. So it would be great to be reunited with her. But the good news is no matter what happens next year, whether I'm here or there, I know that it will be an improvement upon this school year. This school year has, if I were to be honest, just been a really rough adjustment for a lot of different reasons. So that's also going on. Hopefully by the end of this week, I'll have some sort of indication as to whether or not I'm staying here. So that gives me a lot of anxiety because I'm the type of person that likes to know where I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. And right now I don't know where I'm going to be. And that's tough. So I'm going to stop talking now because I've been talking for almost 12 minutes. But I'm happy to see you guys. I'm so sorry that I haven't uploaded in a couple weeks, but I promise I'm going to get it done this weekend. I think I can get it done. So that's been my Monday. That's been my past couple of weeks. I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. Okay? Bye.
Good morning. Here's today's outfit. Today I'm wearing a new top from Target that I was honestly a little unsure about because it feels a little dramatic with these sleeves, but I think I like it. These pants are also from Target. And then I'm wearing this necklace. I have this in a few colors. I got this online. I'm not sure who it's from, but I've had it for a couple years. What am I doing? This silver watch from Michael Kors. And then this is a birthday present courtesy of some gift cards from some friends. This is I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me try and fix it. I think you pronounce the brand Goriana from Nordstrom. So I got a gift card to Nordstrom for my birthday and I bought that. Then I'm wearing these flats that I got from DSW a couple weeks ago. So that is it. I'll talk to you guys later on today. I am currently at home on my lunch hour because during my lunch hour, I need to take Genesis to the vet. She was supposed to go today at 5:45, but then I remembered that I have a meeting today at 5 o'clock, so that wasn't gonna work. So I called Banfield, which is the vet through PetSmart, to see if I can bring her in earlier. Luckily, they said I can bring her in earlier and just drop her off and then pick her up before my meeting. So nothing major is wrong with her. She's just been having these sneezing fits pretty frequently. I have a video clip of it, and if I remember to include it, I will show it to you. But she's just basically been sneezing a whole lot and doing what I think is called a reverse sneeze. And she used to only do that when we went on walks, but now she's doing it all the time, whether we're on a walk or not. So I just want them to check to make sure that she's okay. So I'm here letting her use the bathroom. Here she is. Well, I thought I was going to be able to show her to you, but I can't. So I'm just taking her out to use the bathroom, and then I'm going to drop her off at the vet. And hopefully what they tell me is everything's fine, and maybe she just has allergies or something. I'm not really sure. So that is what I'm doing right now. And hopefully by the time I finish dropping her off, I'll still have time to eat myself. So here she is, using the potty, letting nature take its course. So as far as today, it's been pretty busy since I have you guys here. I got to work, and first thing in the morning, I had a friend of mine who also works in the professional development department and is our literacy coach come by. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. And model a guided reading lesson for me with informational text, because I always am unsure of myself with that. Like, how much of it do I want them to read? What else can I teach them using informational text that's not about text features? Come on. So I had her do that, and then we re-leveled a student that there's a little bit of a discrepancy on. And then Miss Cahill has been basically working with my class to review for tomorrow's math test. So I'm gonna put the camera down, or my phone I should say, because I need to dispose of this waste that my dog has created. And then I'm gonna drop her off at the vet, and I will try and check in with you guys a little bit later on today. So that's done. I just dropped her off. I have about 20 minutes left in my lunch, and I always feel so bad when I take her because she really gets nervous. Or I think it's not nervous, she's just very anxious because she knows exactly where she is. So they're gonna give me a call. I think everything will be fine, because like I told them, everything else is fine aside from her sneezing a lot more. She still eats, still plays around, still has an attitude problem. So all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Pray for my baby. Wish her luck. All right, time for my regular bathroom vlog. It is about 7:30 at night. I got home probably around 7:15, and the last you saw me, I was on my way to drop Genesis off to the vet. So since then, I have been running all over town, running errands before a meeting I had today. And so just to rehash, Genesis went to the vet because she's been sneezing quite a bit. I think I said if I have a video clip, I'll kind of show you what she was doing. But turns out she's fine. What I learned today is that dogs can be congested and catch a cold. So she has 3 different antibiotics that she's on, and aside from that, they believe that she's fine because everything else about her is normal. She's just excessively sneezing and coughing, and luckily while she was at the vet, while I was at work, they were able to kind of see the things that I was mentioning. So I have picked her up, gotten her medication. I had to go to the pharmacy and pick up medication for myself, and then I had just enough time to pick up Starbucks, drop her off at home, and then go to my meeting. So my meeting was another APEC meeting. So we are officially official. Our bylaws are put in place. We have officers, so it's really progressing quite nicely. And so that was from 5 to 7, and so I got home at about 7:15. So I am now here, home, and I'm getting ready to shower and eat my leftovers from Blue Apron last night, and then do some light schoolwork. I need to finish grading some quizzes, and I think I have like a few of them left, and I need to put some things inside my record book. And that's really it. And now that I see them in my background, those of you that are new, because I feel like since I've tried to get back into the swing of things with my vlogs, I've picked up quite a few bloggers since the last time, hold on. I've picked up quite a few subscribers since the last time I mentioned this. So I feel like I want to explain, especially when I do my outfits of the day. When you see that back there, that is just because my friend Gina, who watches sometimes, used to tell me, LaTanya, I don't really like that back there. But what that is when I go work out in the morning, those are the workout clothes that I wore, and I just don't like putting wet workout clothes in my dirty clothes basket. I tend to sweat a lot, and I would prefer for them to dry out before I just toss them on top of my regular clothes. So I don't know why I feel like you need to know that. I think I just want you to know that that's not where I store my laundry, or that's not always there. I don't know. So that's a fun fact for the day. But anyway, that's really it. I think I recapped the day already.
It was hectic, it was busy, and I'm very happy with this shirt. I think I said in my outfit of the day, I was a little self-conscious about this because I felt like it might be a little dramatic with the sleeves, and I just didn't know if I could pull this shirt off. But I got a lot of compliments on it, and I actually like it quite a bit. It's very comfortable, and it is from Target. I don't remember how much it costs, but it's from Target, so it wasn't super expensive. But I got it weeks ago. I just haven't worn it yet. So that was the highlight of my day, as I really enjoyed wearing this shirt, and I enjoyed that other people enjoyed it. So I need to get off here, get some dinner, get some work done, because I have to go to bed by 9:30 because I will be up at Orange Theory tomorrow. So it was a busy yet productive and successful Tuesday, in the sense that I got all the things done that I needed to get done. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and it will be another day, and fingers crossed it will be just as successful. So I'm gonna say goodnight. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I will see you then.
Good morning, here's today's outfit. Today I am wearing almost everything from Old Navy. These pants are old, I've had these for a couple of years. They are from Old Navy. This top I bought last week with some gift cards for my birthday. This jacket, same thing, from Old Navy, thanks to some friends of mine with a gift card. And these shoes here are from Steve Madden. They're old, probably at least 5 years old or so. Then I'm wearing this watch, this old necklace. This watch is a Fossil watch. And then this Goriana ring that won't focus. So that's it. It's double star day at Starbucks, so I'm gonna head over there, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Hey guys, it is about 10 minutes to 5. I am obviously in my classroom. Today, let's recap the day. Today basically was filled with PE, the chapter 10 math test, which they took, some math review to prepare for testing next week. We watched a science video on the solar system. We added playbook item number 5 to our playbook, which is, let me walk you over there. Playbook item number 5 is answer every single question to the best of my ability. So far we've gone over 5. We have one more tomorrow. I've just been hanging them on the board and leaving them there. As of today, we have 4 days until the big game. And so we did that, and that was pretty much it. It was a pretty tight schedule with PE and the math test, because math tests tend to take them a little bit longer. So what I wanted to do was show you some of the things that I'm working on for the week. So Earth Day is going to be Saturday, so we're going to talk about it on Friday. So I will read the Lorax. And I still have some emotions about Dr. Seuss now that I know that, you know, he spent a little bit of time creating advertisements during World War II and possibly beyond that I don't really love, but I do like the book, The Lorax, and the message, so I'm gonna have to figure out what's gonna happen going forward. But I know that I'll read that to them this Friday, at least this year. And then I found this product. I believe it's from a store on Teachers Pay Teachers called Teaching in the Tongas. I will be sure to link it. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. So what that includes is, it includes this paper here and some other activities that I might use. And I believe the other activities are things like promises that they're going to make to the earth, or things that are good and things that are not so good for the earth. But it has this and those items, and then it has these templates for the little kids. So there's a boy and a girl. I've had different color hair for the kids. They have these shirt colors and then different skin tones. But this earth I found just looking on Pinterest. So this is not a part of the product. I just found a template of the earth that I thought would be easy for kids to put tissue paper on. So I'm going to put it on there, put that up there, and it's going to end up looking something like that. So we will work on that on Friday. And then I have been very fortunate this year. Mrs. Bell organized some donations for me. I reached out to her over spring break and said, hey, can you see about getting the following items donated? Because I wanted to do testing treats, and I knew I needed donations because I wouldn't have been able to do it or afford it on my own. So the first day they're going to get this here. This is called, or this says, you are a sharp student, so they'll get a sharp pencil. This one was free. I just don't remember where I got this from because someone shared that with me. The rest of the ones that I'll show you are from a Teachers Pay Teachers store called the sweetest English teacher. I'll double check. But it has things like this. This one says, give it your very best on today's test. So there's gummy bears. On the last day of testing, they'll get one that says testing is officially over, and then they'll get a pack of goldfish. Down here I have some that have other candies. I'll show them to you. I don't remember how many messages in total there are, but there's quite a bit. So this one has Jolly Ranchers. So this one says, be jolly, not melancholy, try your best on the test. Then there's some with nerds. Looks like this. It says, it's not nerdy to get a little wordy. Use text evidence. And there's one more in here. This one has sweet tarts. And it says, it's so incredibly sweet to have a student like you. You've got this, I believe in you. And then I have, I think, 2 more that I need to make. One involves Sour Patch Kids and one involves peppermints. So I've had an aide working on that for me so that we're ready to go. And then on Friday, I believe my plan is to treat them to donuts at the end of the day, and just kind of really focus on everybody relax. We're gonna have this test starting on Monday, but we're just gonna relax and be confident in ourselves. And I will be sure to read books that kind of follow the theme of growth mindset next week as we go throughout it. And I will read, what's it called? The Anti-Test Anxiety Society by Julia Cooke, which I believe I showed you guys earlier in the week. So that has been my day. Let me put you guys down. Right now I'm getting ready to clean up because I need to go home and cook. And then I will attempt to start grading my math test. I don't want to answer this right now. And we'll see how that goes. I'm going to attempt it. I don't know if I'll actually get it done. So let me see. Those messages came from a Teachers Pay Teachers store called the Daring English Teacher. And I will try my best to remember to link it. But anyway, all in all, it was a good day. We didn't get a whole lot done because they had PE and the math test, and those 2 things can take up quite a bit of your day. But what are you gonna do? So I know that I will not check in with you guys anymore for the day just because I have some stuff that I need to take care of. But I will definitely see you guys tomorrow at some point. So I will talk to you guys then. Okay. I'm back in my car using my camera. I really do miss my iPad, so I can see myself and I'm a little tilted. But I just wanted to show you guys some cute stuff that I got. So I stopped by Party City to see if I could find a few items that were baseball themed, because I really kind of want to make this feel festive. And once I get an idea or a theme, I just kind of start going with it, as I'm sure you guys have realized with my classroom or anything like that. So following the theme of it being game day and the whole baseball theme, these are the things that I bought. Now again, in addition to the candies, I have had parents donate like money towards this. So I checked with Mrs. Bell to see if I can use some, like, you know, pay myself back with a little bit of the money that was donated, and she said that was fine because we are getting some other things donated as well. So Mrs. Bell, if you're watching, thank you for the approval. But if not, it's fine, because God willing, if I'm teaching next year and need these items, I'll have them to use. So the first thing I got are these big baseballs. Well, this one's big, but they're assorted sizes. So there's 12 pieces in here. And what I think I'm gonna do is put this either in the window of my door or somewhere in my classroom. So I got that. And I don't know if I said this is all from Party City. Then I got this 3-tier stand. So I'm gonna put the donuts on this, and hopefully I can save this, as well as the baseball that I just showed you. And then there's a pennant that I'm gonna hang. I will definitely save that. And I bought these, so I'm gonna give these to the kids to wear, kind of like, I don't know, as a good luck charm. Hopefully they don't think it's corny or something, but I bought these. And you know, I kind of like them to wear them every day, so they can really just kind of keep in the forefront. Instead of thinking of this as a test, think of it as game day, an opportunity for them to show everything that they've learned and show what they can do. So I bought enough for kids to have one of these. That was kind of the splurge item. And then the rest are just, oh, here's some napkins, and then I bought paper plates in red and blue. I don't think I bought any white ones, but I bought paper cups in red, white, and blue. So the plan, I think, is on Friday while they're at lunch and or the library, I'm going to have either Missy, or if I can rope Mrs. Bell into it if Missy's unavailable to do it for some reason, which I don't think she will, to just kind of set the classroom up when they're at lunch and at the library, so that when they come back from the library, we can take the last little bit of time to kind of get excited and celebrate. So my vision is on their desk to have their playbook to take home, their little wristband that I bought, and a plate, a napkin, and a cup, and then have like the juice and the milk and the donuts set out on like my kidney table or something. So I just wanted to show you guys that because I got excited, and now I'm gonna leave because, I mean, when you give me a theme or an idea, I really enjoy spending money on it. So I'm getting ready to go to PetSmart right now to get some treats to stuff Genesis medication in, and then I really am going home because I don't need to be spending any more money. So this is goodbye for reals for the day. I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning.
Good morning. Here is today's outfit. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler today and possibly rain, so I wanted to dress warmer, but I am wearing this long cardigan from Old Navy. This scarf here is from Charming Charlie. It's old, it has some birds on it. This black top is also from Old Navy. So are these black jeans, and these little black booties here are from DSW that I got earlier in the year. And then I'm wearing a ring right here, and then 2 beaded bracelets from Goriana as well. So that is it. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, it is about 10 minutes to 5. I'm home. I actually left work fairly early today. I left at about 3:30, which is a record for me. I rarely leave work that early. But then I went to Target to use my gift cards that I got for my birthday, and I'll show you what I got from there in a little bit. But as far as how my day went, it was basically spent with a lot of review of different math standards that the kids are going to need to know for SBAC testing. Oh, let me find some light. My battery's gonna die, so hopefully I can get through all of this. So we did that. I read the Lorax to kind of get things kicked off for Earth Day, which we will recognize tomorrow. I wanted to make sure they have plenty of time to do the art project that I have planned. We also went over our last playbook item for Perseverance, and we talked about that. So our playbook is complete, and they took their Wonders assessment. This time around, I gave them the Wonders assessment, but I did not give them the writing prompt because this particular writing prompt I felt was a little more difficult than usual, and that pretty much is what we did today. So I'm home early. I'm getting ready to put my pajamas on, and I can't wait because it's cold and dreary and I am super sleepy. But before the battery dies, let me show you what I got from Target. So the first thing that I got is this jumpsuit. I have not tried any of this on, so hopefully these things fit. They have these little arrows on it. They're wide legged, if you can tell. So that's one thing. Then I got one of these kind of, I don't know what you call these. They're kind of like those little flowy tops that you wear with shirts underneath. I love these because they're always comfortable, and this one's a little bit different kind of because it kind of cuffs at the hip or the waist. I don't know if you can tell, but you see how this is kind of folded down there, or folded down there, excuse me. And I like the print. It's very springy. So I got that. I also got this top here, and I think the last item I just showed you, and this one is from the line A New Day. If you follow me on Instagram, or this one's not actually, that one's from A New Day. You know that I had some difficulty knowing how to read this when I first saw it. This one is from Universal Thread. So I bought this. My vision is to wear this with slim fitting black pants. It's nice and simple and I like it. And I bought this angel shirt because, you know, spring training, and I think I'm going to wear this on Monday to kick off state testing. And then I bought this sweatshirt from A New Day. It laces up on the side, which I think is super cute. I feel like you can dress this up and dress it down. And then I got a couple of kitchen towels, sorry, with little lemons on it. They're yellow, but on camera they're not looking quite so yellow. And then I got this cute mug. I'm sure my sister's going to be annoyed that I have yet another mug, but I mean, it has an L on it. It has a gold handle. And what was nice about today is at Target, they were having this special where if you spent $40 on clothing, accessories, or apparel, you got a $10 gift card. So I got my $10 gift card. I only ended up spending about $40 because I have my gift cards. And now I have another $10 gift card that I will be putting to use very soon. Unfortunately, you can't use the gift card they give you at the time of the purchase because I was really going to try and do that, but you know, I knew they wouldn't let me, but I thought I'd ask anyway. So yeah, that's it. I don't really have a lot to say for today because it was just pretty straightforward. We are winding down with just prepping for testing next week. We're going to start with language arts the first week, and then the second week will be math. So we did definitely start working on learning area. There was a great brain pop video that introduced the concept. Missy, or Miss Cahill, my student teacher, busted out the geo boards to help them see it, and the kids really liked it. So I feel good in the sense that they at least have a basic understanding of what area is and how to measure it, and then tomorrow we'll build on top of that. I think I have all the little treats ready for state testing. We're gonna have donuts tomorrow with little baseball designs on them from Krispy Kreme. Mrs. Bella's gonna pick those up for me, and I'm excited. Hopefully the kids see that I'm trying to make this feel as less, or I'm trying to make this feel more relaxed than, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to make their first testing experience as stress-free as possible, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and create this more festive environment so they don't get just so bogged down by the idea of this huge test that they're gonna take that we really do make a big deal out of it. So my battery is flashing, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to put my pajamas on and I can't wait. And that's it. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. So it is Friday at 4:45, and every single Friday I tell myself I'm gonna leave right at contract time, and I never do. I always find something to do, or I get caught up talking or doing something else. Today I stayed after because I wanted to clean up the room after our pre-game party is what I called it. So we've been using the theme of spring training for test prep just to kind of minimize the anxiety as much as I could with my kids, since this is their first year taking the test. And I kind of like it. Like, now that I think about it, this is my first year in a long time teaching third, where it's that year where they're doing this for the very first time. And in a lot of ways, I have quite a few parents who this is their first or their oldest child, so it is also their first experience going through state testing. So to kick off that, well, before that, we had a pretty normal day. We had PE in the morning. I did teach a math lesson, or Missy taught a math lesson, because it was focused on area, and we want to continue to make sure the kids have that. And then I read them this book here. I'm going to put you guys down for a second. And I can't remember if I showed it to you, but if I did, I'll show it again. And if I didn't, here it is. I read this book called The Anti-Test Taking Society, which I saw on Instagram. I don't remember exactly whose page I saw it on, but as soon as I saw it, I ordered it because I knew I wanted to read it. And so it was really good. The kids enjoyed it. It's a fun read, and it does give 12 tips that kids can use to keep their anxiety to a minimum. And we very briefly talked about the idea of what anxiety is, and specifically test anxiety, and how some kids really do suffer from that. So we did that, and then we started the Earth Day project. So right now we're storing them in their mailboxes. So they're in there. So the blue and green is the Earth, obviously. Some of them are close to being done. Some of them are not. So, but most of them are just about done with the blue section. So Miss Cahill had them do one blue or one color at a time. And they did that, had a little fun with that. We went to lunch, and then they came back. We went to the library. And while we were in the library, I had Miss Cahill decorate the room. So I bought some of the
some baseball themed decorations from Party City. So I'm going to turn it around. So we have little streamers hanging from the ceiling that are baseball themed. And I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me try and zoom in. It's been a while since I've zoomed in. This pennant here that is baseball themed is over my desk. And then they had their treats. And the other things that I bought them. So this is zoomed in on my face, and that is not what I want. Let's back up. So they had their wrist bracelets that I bought them. They had donuts from Krispy Kreme that were made to look like baseballs. We did the whole donut stress about the test from Miss Fifth, the sign that she made. We did the whole mastermind milk, which was chocolate milk, and the genius juice, which was orange juice. And I recorded, there we go, a little bit of it on my phone, and hopefully I'll be able to show it to you. But here's the sign for the donut stress about the test. So they got donuts. Here is the sign for the mastermind milk. And again, these are free on Teachers Pay Teachers at Miss Fifth, and I will try my best to remember to link it. And then the genius juice. And so the kids were genuinely surprised. I knew they would like it, but I didn't know how reactionary they would be to it all. But when we came back from the library, some of the kids at the front door could see inside the room and saw that there were things hanging from the ceiling, and they were just super excited, and it was really cute. So we served them donuts. I gave them their little wristbands, and then I played a video that I found on YouTube from a person who, from what I gather, is now currently a teacher, but had test anxiety when he was younger, or has this very vivid memory of not doing very well on a standardized test, and just kind of talks about how he changed that and turned that around.
We were offered rewards for doing well and prepared for it like it was some sort of triathlon. And so, bubble after bubble, question after question, passage after passage, I poured myself into that test, barely understanding what I was reading or why. And when the scores came back, I saw the disappointment on my teacher's face, the sadness in my parents' eyes. 40%. I was a 40. While my friends were 80s or 90s or 95s, I was a 40. So I wrote about that test. Angry, upset, frustrating things we couldn't say in school because we had to stay positive. I started practicing my reading comprehension. I turned the page on my reading problems and started reading fun books, asking for extra help from my teachers. But I never forgot the fact that I was a 40, because I had let that test, that giant monster of questions and bubbles and passages and facts, define me. But now, 23 years later, I have 2 college degrees. I've written and published 5 books. I've been teaching kids for over 10 years. I teach them how to excel at reading comprehension, and I dare you to find a time when I'm alone without a book in my hand to read. I devour books. I am not a 40. I am 1,000 things, but not a 40. Because at some point, after that annoying little test, I picked myself up, and I realized that test did not define me. That test was not the giant monster everyone painted it to be. It was a puzzle, a challenge, just some words and fill-in bubbles.
So the gist of that video is really just teaching kids that they are, you know, more than the test, and if they don't do well in this test, it's not going to define the rest of their lives. And it's really good. Like when Miss Cahill and I, or Missy, watched it yesterday, she watched and she's like, wow, I'm inspired now. So what was really something that pleased me is that when I read the Anti-Test Taking Society and played the video, a lot of my kids referenced like, oh, right now that character in the book has a fixed mindset, or oh, that person in the YouTube video has a growth mindset. And it makes me feel good to know that they've really at least taken the very basics of growth mindset to heart and can recognize it and articulate it, even though we didn't do as much with growth mindset as I wanted to do this year. So That was great. I mean, I really want to thank my friend Michelle for sharing this product with me, and the Not So Wimpy teacher for creating it, because it really gave me something to wrap all this around and help to make this feel more like an opportunity or more celebratory or more festive than what typically happens when you talk to kids about preparing for state testing. So the kids enjoyed it. I would definitely do it next year. And that was that. In other news, I know that I mentioned at some point that there were a couple of possibilities that may have been in the air for me for next school year. And I just realized I'm always moving my hands, so I'm sorry. And basically what it was is I was contemplating and looking into seeing whether or not I could transfer to either middle school next year or return to a site where someone who was once an administrator at a school site when I first got hired in the district, then went to the district office and is now deciding to return to the school setting. I wanted to be placed where he was because he has a very high work ethic. He is very active, but very knowledgeable and very personable, and just a good mix of someone that I would personally want to learn from. So I put that out there and tried to see if there was any possibility to either transfer to the middle school level or go there. And because I put in the request late, I knew that there was a good chance that it wasn't going to go through because it was late. Like these developments all happened after the transfer deadline. But I was holding on to this little glimmer of a chance that maybe something would come of it. And so this past few weeks, I've been just kind of anxiously awaiting to hear what was going to happen. And my principal knew about it. I talked to her about it, and because I didn't want her to hear from anybody else that that's what I had done, and I wanted to make sure that she knew that it really had nothing to do with her, or I just didn't want her to take it personally. It was just these changes occurred, and I wanted to try and take advantage of them. So I got notified this morning that neither one of those went through, which is understandable because I was behind people that had turned in paperwork on time and had everything that they needed within the proper time. And so I will be here next year, which is fine. I really was going to be fine either way. My anxiety was just the fact that I didn't know where I was going to be. And I have learned that, well, I didn't learn. I've always known that I don't do well with unknowns or just, oh, we'll see what happens. But I really had a hard time not knowing this time around. So I'm good with it because I know that I still get to work with Jenny. I believe that she and I know who we are working with next year, but nothing is finalized. And the person that is slated to come to 3rd grade is very friendly, very pleasant, and I think we'll make a great team. And I'm looking forward to being able to collaborate with 2 other people that I enjoy the company of. So that will be great. And it will just be nice to have 3 bodies in the grade level as opposed to just 2, because that was very tough this year to just have 2 people in an entire grade level. So I'm relieved just to know where I will be, and for the most part what I will be teaching next year. So it's looking like I will still be teaching 3rd grade unless something drastic changes or something drastic happens. And I'm good with that. So, and I'm especially good with staying at this site because it's brand new, number 1. Number 2, I don't have to pack up a classroom and set up a new one. And I really do love this classroom. I really do enjoy the space. And so there was a part of me that was like, I don't want to leave because I put so much time and energy into this and I enjoy the environment. Having the new technology is great, but we also have this really great reading room for guided reading. And a friend of mine is the guided reading coach here, and I think she helped select the books, but it's just like this amazing array of different kinds of books that we are very fortunate to have. And I know that that book collection is going to grow larger next year because we will officially be considered a Title I school. And so we will be getting additional funds, and I know that some of those funds are going to be devoted to continuing to build that book room. So that was my Friday. I'm just glad everything worked out according to the plan I had in my mind. If she's watching, I want to give a big shout out to Mrs. Bell because she really helped out quite a bit with getting the donuts from Krispy Kreme and organizing all the candy donations so that the kids will have a little treat each day next week, and just being someone that helps me out when I'm in a pinch and is always happy to do so. So I am now going to go home. Well, no, I'm actually going to go to Target and return a piece of clothing that I thought I would like, but I don't. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw me do the try on. I have too many questions about that piece of clothing for me to keep it, so I'm going to return that. And then I'm going to go home and just maybe be a little productive, but maybe rest and get myself ready mentally for state testing next week. We will be doing it for approximately 3 weeks, stretching it out, because we'll only be testing for so much time in any given day. I think it's scheduled to be about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, which is nice because then the kids won't be fatigued. And I am now at a place where I'm now going to start mentally planning and organizing some things for next year now that I know I will be here, and now that Missy's just about at the point where she's completely in charge of like the day in terms of teaching. So that's it. I'm getting ready to pack up, get out of here. I will be sure to include what I can of the pregame celebration, we called it, from today. I asked all the kids that on Monday they wear a baseball themed shirt or a sports themed if they didn't have one. Oh, and I found this really cute parody song for testing that's based off of Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, so we sang that a little bit.
Shake it off, shake it off. I use your strategies. I'm doing it on my own, doing it on my own. Checking my work as I go, checking as I go. Show them what I know. Show them what I know. 'Cause I can do it. Can't stop, won't stop grooving. That's what I'm doing in my mind, and it's gonna be alright.
Include all of those clips at some point in all of this, if the clips are good, I guess. So anyway, I hope that you guys have had a great teaching week if you're a teacher, or a great week in general if you're just someone who happens to watch my vlogs even though you don't teach. And that's it. I'm going to sign off for now. I will see you guys Monday morning, and I don't know how much vlogging I'll do next week because they'll be testing. I don't know, but I'm sure I'll get something for you guys. So anyway, have a great day, and I will talk to you guys Monday. See you then.